Right, guys, scrap everything. The car's crap. We're going to have to start again, do a bit of a McLaren here, I think, but quicker. Like a month. Well, mate, I wouldn't have thought it'd be possible to be that bad at pit stops, but you guys show me anything's possible. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. This is Ellie. She's joining us apparently, and welcome back to Forza Ferrari. We have the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix today, and we just need to be so much better, don't we, than we were in Bahrain, because we were rubbish. Absolutely crap we were. Now, some things to catch you up on, as Ellie decides she in fact doesn't want to be here for this. We have had the upgrade to the CFD simulator completed to go along with the car parts center, and the wind tunnels are all level 3. The factory and the design center aren't far behind. The suspension simulator needs to be refurbished. What I'm trying to do is wait to upgrade it, though. You can see we're just short of the 10 million. After this race weekend, we should cross that, and then we'll just upgrade that to level 3 as well. So that'll all help, you know, with that, with getting things up to speed. And we have had the new CFD period open, and we are developing many parts. The chassis, the front wing, and suspension are all getting big upgrades. So that'll be ready, we can see, about a month's time. That's the design phase. Then we'll have to manufacture it, of course, which will take a little bit more time. But I'm hopeful, you know, by the time we sort of get, what's after Melbourne, maybe San Marino, Spain, we'll have this first big upgrade coming onto the car. And hopefully it'll really kick us back up to where we need to be to get second in this championship. So that is that. There's not too much else to catch you up on. So let's go and have a look at what we're expecting from this race. The Jeddah track, we're not expecting any rain, obviously, in the Middle East. We are expecting, you can see here, red is sector 1, is it? Where's the start-finish line? Yeah, red is sector 1, blue sector 2, yellow is sector 3. It's very quick, isn't it, this one? Just that I don't really think this that's a traction zone. So apparently there's 3 traction zones. Just fast. It's just fast, and unfortunately for us, I don't think high-speed corners is perhaps our strength right now. Don't know what is our strength, but I don't think it's much, that's for sure. Expected strategies: it's a one-stop, a soft medium. If it's doable, is probably the way we want to try and go. We can see there the difference in time, though, between a soft and a medium is not huge. The hard is quite a bit slower, and the degradation rate isn't too bad. So medium tyre is probably the one to be on. Yeah, we'll kind of see how we go there. We can see the competitive performance as well, how long a tyre is going to last for. So a soft medium is probably almost definitely the way to go. Previous race results, we still can't see that for some reason. Historically, again, we can't really see who won last year, but I guess that'll be fixed at some point. But anyway, yeah, so let's have a look at what we are expected to do. Our performance targets here: qualifying 2 in the top 4. Good luck to us to get that. So let's hope we get to Q3 at least. Gio. Fastest lap and a finishing position of someone in the top 4 would be nice. And a finishing streak. Let's see what we want to do here. So both cars in the top 6. We can live and dream on that one. And one car in the top 6 for qualifying might be doable. But that means in the top 3 cars. And we didn't really look like doing that, did we? So, yeah, who knows. Let's head off to Saudi. So confirmation of the weather. I will go do some free practice. Hopefully we'll be up towards the front, and I will see you for qualifying. Alright, so free practice is done. The good news is that we nailed our setup, so that's brilliant. We can see FP1 here, 7th and 10th. We can see the bottom half of the group there. FP2. Yeah, FP2. Well, Giovinazzi stuck it in the wall after 3 laps. And he has damaged engine, gearbox, and ERS. So already for the season, we're on the back foot there. Mick was up in 12th, which is absolutely fine. FP3, we were able to experiment a little bit more with Mick, given that he had nailed his setup in FP2. So he went a little bit quicker, just trying to figure out how much we could push the tyres, things like that. And Gio down there in 12th. But obviously, we didn't want to push him any harder, because if we go and have a look at car parts, look what he's done. 60, 65, and 48 already. Now, that was the free practice engine, but it just means it's going to lose that much off of its lifespan, and it's going to put him under pressure at the end of the season. So I'll try and make sure we keep money in the bank in case we do need to end up replacing things for him. But yeah, that's massively disappointing, obviously. But Q1 shouldn't be a problem regardless, so I'll go and do that and confirm that for you momentarily. So indeed, Q1 absolutely fine. Just did the one run, ended up 9th and 10th. So that bodes well for future sessions. Sainz missed out, both McLarens, Ricciardo in the Williams, and Guan Yu Zhou in the Alfa Romeo. So let's go to Q2. Alright, we are on board with Giovinazzi. We have done our first runs on the used set of softs. We're on the new ones now. Now, Giovinazzi, I think, Gasly was sort of in the way on our first run. It's difficult to tell because I watched the first run from sort of the top view, and it's difficult to tell how much they get in the way. I'm thinking, given how much Giovinazzi's off the pace, he probably did get held up. But neither of them have done a green first sector here, which is slightly worrying, because Giovinazzi is in very big danger if he can't go quicker in the second sector of finding himself eliminated in Q1 for the second time this season, and he's not going any faster. And this is past the part of the lap where he would have had Thingo in the way, Gasly in the way. So unless he can pull out a massive, or unless he made a mistake in the final sector, he's going to be out. And let's have a look here. He is out. What is wrong with Gasly this season? Giovinazzi, I should say. Mick in 8th will have done enough to get through, but what is wrong with Giovinazzi? So Giovinazzi ends up 14th. Now, I know the car isn't great, but Mick is showing that it is better than that, and that is just massively, massively disappointing. So Magnussen, Bottas, Leclerc, Giovinazzi and Hulk are the ones that get eliminated there. He was 3/10 off the time he did in Q1. Now, a 27.5 would have got him through. No, it wouldn't have. He would have just missed out. But he's at 11th. It still looks better than 14th, doesn't it? All right, we are on board with Mick. Now, he did his first run on new tyres. We had 3 sets of brand new softs, so I decided to do 2 runs on new softs on this particular track. And, well, he's only 7th. 8/10 down. Now, we're not expecting him to be pole. I'd like to get ahead of the Alpines if I could. Let's see what his first sector is like. It is green, so that's positive. And let's see if we can now go and go a little bit quicker here. Now, what is everybody else's laps like? So Verstappen has gone quicker. Russell is going quicker. Now, Russell's in front of us on track. We're not the last car on track. I was trying to get us out close to, because Alonso was behind us and went 6-7 tenths faster. So I was trying to get us a tow, but I just couldn't quite get us out quick enough to be behind Russell. We can see him there. So Mick currently will go, he will stay 7th. And we could only dream of the heights of 7th. We've ended up 9th. Ocon crashed out, but that, unless he takes penalties, which he won't do because he'll have enough engines in the pool. Yeah, 9th and 14th. So what can we do with strategy to try and rescue this? So the soft medium is okay. I'm thinking we probably... Giovinazzi has a lot of tyres left, so I'm thinking we probably want to do with him soft, medium, and then if we get a safety car, we can put on other soft tyres. He's got a lot left because he was out in Q1 in qualifying. So that's, I think, fine for Gio. Now, I'm wondering with Mick starting 9th, if we look to do something a little bit different with him, trying to hold off position a little bit, hope safety cars, maybe, fall our way a little bit. But if we go long, then we could catch a safety car, couldn't we? But then, of course, the issue is going to be, do we put a hard tyre on, and what's that going to do? But I think let's go with this. There's not much difference between the two strategies. So, yeah, we'll try and offset things a little bit. Hopefully, doing it this way, if there is to be a safety car, one of us should catch it favourably. All right, welcome back. This could be another long race. Let's hope not. There's a lot of soft tyres at the front. Look at Giovinazzi sparking away there. That can't be good. Let's jump on board with it. Nothing seems to be on fire. So we'll take that as a positive. Let's see if we can get through here without too much trouble. Mick has lost a place off the line. Giovinazzi looks like he may have gained a place off the line. He's got Leclerc on his outside there, it looks like. And come on, let's not lose out to him. We have the inside for this big loopy thing. That should see us through. Oh, we're going to get the Haas for good measure as well. Bottas is there. Bottas isn't the quickest. He's on a medium tyre as well. I'll tell you what, the Haas isn't going away, is it? Love K-Mag. Hopefully, though, he will submit to us here eventually. And Mick is 10th. Now, he will initially drop off a little bit. But, of course, the race for him is later on when his medium tyre has the advantage. And then he will be able to go onto a soft tyre and have the advantage over the soft tyre runners again. So, yeah, he just needs to sort of stick it out for now. If we could go and get Bottas on the mediums, Giovinazzi kind of needs to get these medium tyre runners out of the way, doesn't he? So let's hope he's going to be able to do that. Given the tyre life here, we're not going to really be able to push unless there's obviously a safety car that will allow us to do a cheaper pit stop and then push. But yeah, there's of course the DRS zones here. There is the 2. Oh no, there's 3. There is 3. So we'll see. That'll obviously help us. Looks like Mick might be about to put a move on the Williams here. Not quite able to get that done. DRS is about to come online, I believe. Let's go a little bit more on the late braking. Less lift and coast, but on the outside, I don't know if we're going to be able to get this done. Can we make it stick? Go on, Mickey boy. Go on, Mickey. Go on, this should be it here. No, he's on the outside now as well. So not quite able to get that done. That's okay. We'll sit in behind Albon and hopefully get that done sooner rather than later. Giovinazzi similarly needs to go and get a move done here, doesn't he? He's out of battery, but he's got a little bit of extra petrol. So yeah, we'll see with DRS if we're going to be able to get moves done, but it's a 50-lap race, so it'll go by fairly quick. Mick is again trying to get that move done on Alex Albon. Is he going to be able to do it this time? Will he have DRS and Albon not? No, other way around. He got the move done a little bit too soon, unfortunately. So yeah, leave this with me, and we'll see if we can get ourselves moving forward here. We need to move forward. We need much bigger points than we're currently getting. Alright, now we have got Giovinazzi moving forward. He's just been able to, with a little bit of DRS, get a double overtake down on Bottas and Magnussen. We can see that Mick is really struggling to keep Albon behind him right now. What we might even look to do is maybe move him out of the way. I don't think we're going to even need to ask him to get moved out of the way. And we need to get Giovinazzi on his soft tyres going forward here, I think. So let's harvest you. And I don't want to force him out of the way because we've got Magnussen behind us if we go and if I do that the right way. We've got Magnussen not too far back, so I don't want to accidentally let another car pass. But if we can kind of manufacture it, then that would be obviously a good thing. What we also don't want to do is let Albon get away, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. Because with the soft tyres of Giovinazzi should be able to catch him back up fairly quickly. So yeah, if you maybe even want to just lift off a little bit earlier, Mick. We kind of just want Giovinazzi past you. You haven't picked up on that just yet, which apparently he has not. We're definitely faster than Albon, but the DRS is sort of holding him in line. What we can do here, of course, is if we get the battery of Mick charged up enough, we could look to do some deploy laps here even. So let's maybe have a slight rethink of what we're going to do here. Let's start pushing and deploying as we come through this corner. And let's see if we can get Mick past. And then, because Albon, of course, doesn't have the DRS. So if we can get Mick past and then in quick succession get Giovinazzi past, and then use each other to sort of DRS ourselves along down these straights, that should be job done. Who gets us? So Albon's got DRS again. But it's going to stay there. Oh, Giovinazzi, can he make that move stick? Let's deploy and make sure he can. And there we... Oh, not quite yet. Not quite yet. Go away, Alex. Go away. We should have the inside to the big loop at the end here. So that will hopefully see that move completed. It looks like it has been. So we can send him back to neutral now. We'll send Mick back to neutral, who has broken clear. He's broken the DRS to Giovinazzi. What we might actually want is for him to do the old Carlos Sainz trick and give him DRS to stop Albon coming back past. But hopefully the soft tyres still have a big enough advantage that he'll be able to keep him behind. We're about to find out though. Is Albon about to come cruising past? No is the answer to that. So that should hopefully be job done. We've got a 6-second gap to Gasly to close down now, but Mick last lap was quite a bit quicker, half a second or so. So let's hope that we can close that down relatively quickly and try and move ourselves up a little bit further on this point spots. Alright, well, Alex Albon has turned up to ruin the plan here. We're just trying to, slingshot each other, charge the batteries, and Albon has snuck past both of us in the end there. which is frustrating, obviously. But it is what it is. There's not much we can do about it, I suppose. Giovinazzi just needs to go now, I think. Mick obviously has a little bit of leeway because he's on the medium tyre, but Giovinazzi on the soft, coming up towards his pit stop. It's he can't afford to be losing out to Alexander Albon on a medium. We've got to get him going. I mean, it's already looking as though 9th and 10th is the best we can get. If we look at last lap times, 33.0s to 33.3s. You know, it's, I mean, maybe Albon can tow us along a little bit and give us a little bit of an advantage that way if he's got a faster car. But I mean, Williams faster than a McLaren, than a Ferrari in Season 2 is a little bit disappointing, isn't it? So, yeah, it might be a case too of the tyres being past their best now, and perhaps a crossover where the medium is the faster tyre at this stage of the race. But yeah, what are we going to do? We just got to get to these upgrades and then hope that it changes our season, really, don't we? Because right now we are, I mean, we're lucky to score points, never mind be second in the Constructors. Alright, so pit stops have started. Giovinazzi sparking away still. I don't know what's wrong with that. That doesn't look good though, does it? So he's coming in this lap as Giovinazzi. So yeah, we'll see where this brings him out. You can see we're just sort of using what's left of the tyre at this point. And yeah, we still got Albon close behind us. I know we've actually dropped Albon, so that's positive. I'm conscious of the fact we do have battery life there for Mick, but I don't want to use it too early. So here we go with Gio. Are we going to get a good stop out of these Muppets? Oh, it's on, tyres off. It's 2.8. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, where does this drop Giovinazzi back in? Mick currently up to 6th. 8th fastest stop as well. And he has come out behind... Who are we behind here? We're in 17th, so we're behind... so we're ahead of Magnussen and Leclerc and Ricciardo, so they were kind of in our race. These two in front are yet to stop, so we need to try and get them brushed aside relatively quickly if we can. And please, good job. And who's in front of us now? Guan Yu Zhou, and then we can look and try and... I mean, Hamilton's not that far up the road as Giovinazzi... Oh, that's Jeff. We just saw that overtakes Hulk. And then he should have on soft tyres... Oh, it's fresh tyres, I should say, with DRS. No, not able to get anything done there on Guan Yu Zhou, which is disappointing. So we'll be stuck behind him for a little bit here. Mick is still a little ways away from his stop yet. He just needs to try and keep Albon behind him if he can. But if Albon's quick, then, you know, maybe they can kind of help each other at this stage of the race. And, yeah, we've got Stroll not a mile in front. Okay, let's deploy and see if we can get to the back of Stroll, who's on a fresher set of tyres. We might be able to get DRS'd along with him, perhaps, which would be a useful thing. So we'll go and jump back on board with Mick here in a second. We've, I think, done that move a bit too soon. We don't have DRS. Are we going to be able to stay ahead of Guan Yu Zhou? Not quite. That would suggest deploy now. We've got to get... That's got to stick. That has got to stick, and it has. All right, well done, Gio. Mick, is he going to be able to catch the back of Stroll? No, we'll call that now. So we'll bail on that, and yeah, we'll be back for Mick's stop. Alright, so we have Mick coming in this lap. Alonso just got past. That is not really our race. He is well and truly up the road. So could we ask for 2 sub 3 second stops? Let's hope so. Now Mick is going to come out a little ways back of the points, but on soft tyres, obviously the hope is that he'll be able to make that up, as Giovinazzi's fallen behind Magnussen as well, which isn't ideal. But yeah, soft tyres now. We have come out behind Ricciardo, and we very much need to make the most of these now and get some overtakes done, get ourselves back to the points. Give you an update on Giovinazzi. That's Magnussen right there. That is 9th place. And then it's 9 seconds up the road to Hamilton in 8th. So, I mean, 9th and 10th is the absolute maximum we can hope for here. And, I mean, I'm not even convinced that we're going to be able to do that, because K-Mag is, I mean, he caught and passed us. So, yeah, it's another tough one. We are just going to harvest the battery a little bit here because why not? Yeah, we're just going to stay with K-Mag for a bit until we can sort of properly go past him. As Mick gets past Ricciardo and Bottas in the pits all in one go. So yeah, we'll see what he can do. K-Mag is the difference between us getting points with both cars right now or not. We're certainly not getting any higher. We're not getting the top 6, are we? So, safety car, anybody? That'd be useful in a couple of laps' time. Alright, we have 15 laps to go. We are going to have a sneaky go for fastest lap with Mick. We're catching Giovinazzi and Magnussen. Giovinazzi has just about broken it clear, I'd say, enough of Giovinazzi to consider himself safe. Of Magnussen, I should say. But Mick, on soft tyres, we're just going to see. We're just going to see what he can do. This is probably the only lap he can do it. I'm hoping we might get ourselves just within DRS for the last 2 straights. But it might not quite work out that way. We've done a purple second sector. We're just outside, 2/10 outside that, working perfectly. But can Mick go and get himself fastest lap of the race? Gasly's done a 1:29.8. What is Mick going to be able to do here? Mick has done it. He's done a 1:29.1. Now we're going to have to back off pretty quickly on these tyres because they are not going to last otherwise. And we'll go back to neutral, but he's got himself fastest lap. He's right behind K-Mag to get into the points. And 9th and 10th with fastest lap. That'd be a massive result, wouldn't it? I mean, what are we doing? Alright, so with 10 laps to go, we've kind of just been sitting behind K-Mag, charging up our battery, so we can now deploy with Mick. We've let Giovinazzi get 3.7 seconds ahead. What I'm conscious of is getting past K-Mag with Mick and then DRSing him up to the back of Giovinazzi again. So I'm hoping that we've got soft tyres. We've got obviously DRS here, which we should have for the next straight as well if we don't get an overtake done, which we don't. Then the real challenge is going to be trying to keep him behind down this front straight. If we sit behind him, this is perfect. Well done, Mick. You've worked that to a charm. And this should be like taking candy from a baby at this point, Mick. It should be. It should be quite simple for you, and he's not done it. So that's concerning. I don't want to take too much life out of the tyres, because you can see we're already just a little bit below where we should be. And I was kind of hoping with DRS that we would, and the battery, get that done. Up the inside there, so we're ahead. And now we've got to try and keep him behind in 3 DRS zones, which is going to be very, very tough. And if it doesn't work out here, then we're going to have to sit back, charge the batteries, and do this all over again. He's 0.6 back, 0.7 back. He's going to come closing up now with DRS. Is he? Are we going to be able to keep him behind? We're out of battery. We will get a top up into turn 1. But we've really got to keep him behind down this straight. Defend for your life, Mick. Defend for your life. He has. And that should be job done now. And yeah, I mean, Giovinazzi's not doing terrible lap times. Actually, that is not a great example because he's quite a bit slower there. But he has been sort of roughly keeping pace with those in front. But yeah, our car is just a million miles off where it should be or where it needs to be. And yeah, Mick just needs to try and break this gap to Magnussen. Now, he should have enough pace advantage to be able to do that. But yeah, DRS is going to keep K-Mag in the game, and we don't have any battery to sort of fight him off with right now. So yeah, it's probably not quite done yet for 10th, but we're not going to be any better than 9th or 10th here, and that is just, what's that, 4 points with the fastest lap, and hang on to that as well. It's not what you need to get second in the championship, is it? Alright, so the good news is that Mick has broken K-Mag. He's outside the DRS zone, so he's not going to come back at him now. It's not been a great race for us, to be honest. It looks like it's fairly exciting up the front there, but we're not anywhere near the front. And it's just been a case of, you know, 9th and 10th. It's just been where we're going to finish pretty much. Well, when did I say that? Halfway through the race, even before that, before the first stop, certainly. We're just the 5th fastest car right now, according to this, because you look at everybody in front, 2 Mercedes, 2 Alpines, 2 Aston Martins, 2 Red Bulls, and then us. Yeah, I mean, even a safety car now, it's too late in the day. We wouldn't have time to make any use of the tyres. We just end up falling back outside the points. So just massively, massively disappointing. So there we go, race has been run and won. Verstappen wins, Perez second. It's going to be Aston Martin's third and fourth, which is just disastrous. I mean, at least they could be mixing it up for second and third and fourth and giving us a chance to be able to catch teams later on in the season. We probably could have had a bit of excitement later on here if we wanted to. You can see we've got Sparky McGee up in front there and Giovinazzi. He comes ninth. Mick comes 10th with fastest lap. And that is just all a little bit underwhelming. So Giovinazzi up 5. To be fair to him, that's a pretty good recovery. Mick down 1. Like I say, if we'd really wanted to, Mick did have the pace to catch Giovinazzi, I'm sure. But I didn't want to race us against each other and risk anything going wrong. So, yeah, good effort, Giovinazzi. It's fine by Mick. Drivers' Championship, we've got Mick and 9th and 10th in the drivers as well. The Constructors, we are sitting 5th. We are 41 points behind second. That is damage limitation now. It's not horrible, but of course we're still a few races away from getting any sort of upgrades on the car, and you suspect that might only get bigger and bigger, that gap. So yeah, disappointing. Did we get anything in the pit stops? No, so that's disappointing as well. And we are still pointless there with Williams. Haas only has 1 point. Maybe we can nick something later on there. So there we go. That will be that. Yeah, sorry guys. It is definitely going to be a struggle for the first part of this season, but the good news is that we go to Australia next. What could possibly go wrong in my home race? And the facilities, we have enough money in the bank now that we can go and upgrade the suspension simulator, so that should help developing new car parts as well, although it's going to be a little while before it's ready. And yeah, it's not really all smiles at all, is it? It's all going a little bit wrong, and this could be our last season at Ferrari. So yeah, if you've enjoyed it, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. Sorry it wasn't a great race, there wasn't much to show you, so it's probably going to edit down quite a lot, but Melbourne's next. Maybe we'll do okay there. Take care.